Hey guys, it's me, Made Up Jen, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna go ahead and get ready in 30 minutes. So I literally only have 30 minutes to get ready. I am actually about to go have a lunch slash dinner because by the time I'm done it's gonna be like 4 o'clock. But today is Mitzypoos' birthday. You guys see her right there. She is knocked out. She had a rough one this morning. I gave her a bath and I was cutting her hair around her tail and she moved and I got a little bit of skin on her tail. So she has a little band-aid and it looks like she has blood scattered on her coat because she was wagging her tail and the blood was just spattering everywhere. I was literally crying because I was like, oh my god, I just ruined Mitzypoos' birthday. But we're gonna go have lunch slash dinner at the Lazydog. I'm gonna take her there for her birthday today. She is officially turning 13. Oh my god, how crazy. I have a 13-year-old dog. Mitzypoo has outlived every animal we have had in the past 13 years. So before Mitzypoo got here, actually during, my mom ended up with a cat and the cat had 2 kittens, and then those 2 kittens, one of them just died last year and Mitzi is still alive. The other cat died a couple years ago. He got kidney stones and my mom couldn't afford to pay for the surgery. So he ended up literally crying the whole night and he just passed in the morning from so much pain. He couldn't pass the kidney stones, which was very unfortunate. Like, no one ever wants to lose a pet. Like, I know I don't. I literally cried for months when I lost Sadie, but let's not talk about it because I'm hormonal right now and it's just not a good time for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I technically already used this from It Cosmetics. This is the It Hello Sunshine hydrating serum, sunscreen, and SPF 50. So this is technically a primer slash sunscreen. So this is my first line of defense right now for primer. And then my second one, because you guys know I always use the second one, it's gonna be this one from Fenty. This one's new. This is the Grip Trip mattifying and blurring primer. I have used this already a couple of times. I'm still, ooh snap, I just dropped the top. I'm still a little undecisive whether I like it or not. The first time I used it, I felt like it didn't really do much. I'm literally just using this everywhere around my face. If I need a little bit more, I'll just go back in and pump more. I technically need about like a pump and a half of this primer. For foundation, I'm gonna actually mix 2. So if you guys saw my last video, you kind of know I've been mixing foundations just because I've been I'm slowly gonna start transitioning from my summer shade to my winter shade, and that's what usually happens to a lot of us when we get a tanner foundation. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Foundation. This is in the color 3N. So this is technically my shade, but if I were tan, I don't tan, so I never got to use it. It was literally in the box and I came to the conclusion I'm just gonna try to use it, and you know, it is what it is. But I go in with 1 pump, and as you guys see that color, it is way closer, darker than me, but it is my tone. It's a neutral. And then I'm gonna actually mix it with the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Foundation. This is in the color 290N. This is also a neutral shade. I believe this one is neutral or neutral olive. I'm trying to remember at the top of my head right now. But I do a pump. So I do a pump of the Anastasia and a pump of the Fenty. And then I'm just gonna grab my little spatula that I have right here. Oh snap. And I'm just going to mix some to give myself my shade. And then we're gonna start putting this on. And I am using my BK Beauty 101 brush. My Anissa Beauty one is dirty and I have been really lazy honestly, to wash my brushes. And it's not like for trying, it's just that I have been all over the place. I had 2 job interviews this week. One was for a lead position at where I'm at now, and one was for a beginner position at a competitive store that I never thought I'd see myself working at, but the pay is better, and it's because of that I considered applying there. And I actually didn't know that I couldn't work for both at the same time when I applied to this store. And then really quick, I'm gonna go in with my One Size Beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna go over my skin. And I literally just do this in case I have any harsh lines or my makeup just didn't blend as well. I started doing this literally a couple of days ago just because I've been having issues with my skin, getting like texture, and I feel like this has helped smooth out that process, honestly. So I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass Air Flawless Vanishing Concealer in the color 6, and I'm literally just gonna put it here, right here, the bottom of my nose, and there. And then I'm gonna go in with the Beach Freak bronzer from About Face. This is in the color Coney Island, and in case you guys don't know the color, there it is. So I have been going a little bit more intense with my cream bronzer lately. I know that you guys have been watching me go in with not as much, or just the line and then just blending out from there. But because I feel like my foundation is a slight bit either too light or not my shade, I use the bronzer to pretty much help tan my face a little bit more so my foundation doesn't look too off. As you guys can tell, I'm already tan as hell. And I do blend in here with the bronzer. Every time. I don't know what it is, but I always peel in this area. Like, you guys see those little pieces of, I don't even know what it is, if it's foundation or creamer at this point. And then I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D The Good Apple Blush Balm Duo. This is in the color Red Metal. So I'm actually gonna go in with this color right here, which is Immortal Apple. And I go in with my BK Beauty angled blush brush, and I just lightly tap in there. And I lightly tap on my cheeks as well, because this color is very pigmented, very creamy. So use caution when you're using any of these Kat Von D balm blushes. They're very pigmented, just like the blush, like the balm foundation that she has, the cream balm one that is in a packaging that kind of looks like this also, with the one color. That one's really creamy and really pigmented, just like this blush that you guys see. But I use this color. It's not red, it just gives me the most lightest little flush of color where it's not exaggerated. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my concealer, my Anissa Beauty concealer brush, and I'm just gonna start blending this out. And I actually just start dabbing in right here first because this is where I started with the product. And I'm pretty much just concentrating in here because this is where the start of the bag starts. There's no way to really get rid of the bag with a concealer, to be honest. Like, the concealer is only gonna cover dark circles and like veins, but this bagginess you guys see right here, it's never really gonna go away the way you want it to with concealer. Especially me at my age, I cannot use more than what I just used. I've learned that depending on the concealer, I can only go so far with it, because if I go too much, it starts getting cakey under my eyes, and then when I set it with powder, it makes my fine lines look even worse. So I have to be really, really gentle with how much product I'm using on my eyes now. And that's not the case for everybody, obviously, but for me specifically, I cannot go any more than what I have right now. You guys see that? I have a pretty good amount. And I didn't start with my brows today. I decided to just go back to finishing with the brows towards the end. Just makes life easier, to be honest. And by the way, I'm not rubbing, I'm literally tapping the whole time I'm using a brush. We got some brightness going. I'm just gonna go back in with my blush brush. If you've been here before, you already know I always go back in with my blush brush and just reblend out that color going up like this, because I don't know if you guys can tell the difference from right here to right here. So right here we have this white line, and then right here we don't. We're blending that blush back into that concealer edge right here so that you can't tell where I put concealer right here. For me, it's always been this way. Not always, but I started doing this more this year just because I don't like that line of, you can see my concealer where it begins, where it ends, more likely, most likely, more like it. I like it more where you can't really tell where it began and where it starts. And I'm just gonna go in with my One Size Beauty setting powder. I'm gonna go in the color Ultra Peach, and I'm actually gonna use Ultra. I'm gonna use Ultra Peach just in the under eyes. I'm using this just to literally set my T-zone area. The peach isn't like super peachy, it's like the lightest tone of peach. This is the best color for people who are in the neutral, more olive tone. It gives a slight little brightness. I'm just gonna look, okay, so I'm not creasing as much, but I'm gonna just go back in here like this again, one last little round, and then the blush brush. And then I have this, but I'm actually gonna dust off any excess on top of my hand, and then I'm just gonna go in. Usually I would go in straight in with the brush, with the powder, but at this point in my life, I'm starting to realize less is more. So if I do need more, I just go back into my hand where I press that excess powder and just go back in. So again, I'm doing this to brighten and also so I can set my under eyes and it won't look as harsh. But the key is how much concealer you're putting, because if you're older, you just cannot put that much concealer anymore. I've been having the harsh reality of that for the past week. So I'm trying really hard to not overdo it. I'm just putting whatever I have left over in the areas where I put concealer, which is right here. Nothing too crazy. For that one, I'm not dusting off any of the excess on my hand. You guys see my under eyes? They look nice. They don't look overdone. When I smile, yes, I'm still gonna crack under, but it's not gonna be as bad as before. The other videos that you guys have seen me, I can look really cakey under the eyes. Like, I smile a lot, I laugh a lot, so by the end of the day my under eyes just look tired and baggy because I smile so much. Alright, and then to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out powder in the color Translucent, and I'm just gonna go in with my regular flat top face powder brush, and I'm gonna actually do the same thing. I'm gonna press the excess on top of my hand, and then I'm just gonna go over my face. And if you guys haven't noticed, I haven't really put anything on my eyelids. My eyelids are very complicated because they're very oily. So if I put concealer, they crease because it's a lot of grease. It's pretty much what happens to me in the under eyes. When I do crease, it's because under my eyes it's very greasy, so it breaks down the concealer in the powder part. So that's why I crease. This isn't the case for everybody. This is me. I'm gonna go in with the About Face Veil powder in the color, in the Set and Smooth Loose powder from, it's called the Curtain Call. I completely forgot what the hell it's called. But I'm going in with the color Veil. I think that's why I said Veil. So I'm just going in with my puff excess on the hand and then a little bit under the eyes. I just didn't want to overdo it with powder because the powder is what makes me look more tired. I know you guys can't really tell on camera maybe, but I can. Now I'm going to go in with my One Size Made for Shade Bronze Sculpt Trio, the light one. If you can get your hands on this one, I would suggest it. It is going to get discontinued from what my understanding. So if you can get your hands on it and you like it, do it now. So I just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the middle and the light color, and I actually use that through both cheeks now, so I don't overdo it, because I have been known to overdo it with bronzer and I just don't want to do that. I'm trying to be a little bit more light-handed with it, which has been a little bit hard for me because sometimes I don't notice that I'm going overboard with bronzer until I'm already outside in the world and I see, damn, I put a lot of bronzer. I look like I'm bronzed to the gods, which is not a bad thing sometimes, you know? I'm gonna go in with this NYX Wednesday blush palette, the Enid one. And this was limited edition, so I don't know if this is even still available anywhere. But we have these 4 colors right here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with slightly a little bit of this one. It's like a reddish tone, but I also want to go with this one, so I'm kind of undecided. I'm gonna go with the darker non-glitter shade. Let's see what that gives. And I'm just gonna tap for the fear that it might be too strong. And the only reason why I'm going with that shade is because I'm wearing burgundy today. And I'm gonna put Mitzypoos her little sweater. She's gonna wear a little pink sweater. And I didn't want to go later because it's gonna get colder, and I can only have her outside. I'm kind of worried that they're not gonna let me keep her in her stroller. I do have a stroller for Mitzi, so I was thinking of maybe putting her in there and put a little blanket in there, just to keep her warm while we're out there, because it is gonna obviously get cold. What the hell just happened on my nose? Oh my god, do you guys see that? Why did that just happen? I rubbed a little bit too hard, which is fine. You can just go in with your puff that you used for your powder and just go over it. Or you can always go back in with powder. But I choose to just go in like this to kind of blend it. Where did I get that? I don't know. Alright, and then I'm gonna go in with my, actually let's try this one. I haven't used it, I can't return it, I might as well start using it. Let's shake it. I'm gonna go in with my iconic London Prep Set and Blur setting mist. I actually don't use this at all. As you guys can see, it's still all the way to the top. I used it once and I was not impressed by it, and it was enough for me to not want to use it anymore. But I'm gonna give it a second chance because why not? Let me go ahead and speed this process up. We're fanning it out because I need to get going. I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Naked Eyeshadow Stick. This is in the color Blurred Out. So I'm literally just gonna use this literally just in the eyelids. Okay, and then I'm just gonna grab whatever brush, like a an eyeshadow brush that's a little bit more small. And the reason for that is because we're gonna use this to blend it out all over the eyelid. And literally windshield wiper motions, small little motions. And we're just doing it like this so I can slowly blend out without ruining the eyeshadow. Because sometimes you can do it like this, and as soon as you go in with a brush, it literally tears it apart. But for this one, like this, it's just slightly blending it. I'm gonna grab this Physicians Formula Diamond Dust. This is in the color Starlight Glow, and I'm literally just gonna grab my pinky because I'm scared. This isn't like a shadow where you're gonna see it all over the eye. It's just a little bit of a sparkle. It's kind of like the diamond, the diamond balm from Fenty. Because you know, it's not like a pigment color like glitter. It's literally just you just see it reflect, which is why a lot of people tend to use it as an eyeshadow, just because it gives the slightest little bit of glow and it's subtle. It's a subtle little glow. And then I'm gonna go in with my eyelash curler, and we're gonna curl our lashes and apply mascara. Yep, I gotta go. It's time to go. Oh, I was about to go like this. Girl, there ain't no mirror there. Let's try that again. Ay, Dios mío. Like this side of my face, I have a little bit of peeling, but look at how dark that color is. And that's with like a little bit. I didn't even go that hard. You don't try to, but it happens. And then for mascara, I'm gonna be using the Butter Lash Splash mascara. And this mascara has two different wands, 2-in-1. So it has a regular like comb one, and then it has one that fans out. I start with the one that fans out first. And I just put the smallest amount. I'm not gonna go crazy. And I am going in with the smaller one, and I literally just use it to kind of like tight line. That's the reason why I like this comb. It's very unique that it has 2-in-1, and the two that they chose I think are perfect for honestly any mascara. I appreciate a brand that puts like a 2-in-1 comb, like lash comb in here that you can actually use, because there have been other companies that have done 2-in-1 comb. Like they do it like where it's one full one, and then the tip will be like the little spikes. And then we're almost done. I'm gonna just do my brows very fast, and I'm just gonna brush through them because I know for a fact there is a foundation in there. I always tend to get foundation on my brows. Always. And I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim brow pencil in the color brunette, and I'm literally just going to fill my brows. I'm gonna line them up first on the bottom. And then I'm gonna go in with this Verse Easy Brow Tinted Brow Gel, and I actually got this in the color brown. So I like this one because it's formulated with biotin and monoi oil. And I honestly feel like it doesn't disperse too much product. I use it to pretty much blend out that brow pencil I use on the bottom, so you guys can see. And I just start flicking my hairs up, and then I'm just moving them to where I want them. Are they gonna be laminated? No, it's just a brow gel. It's nothing like crazy in that sort where it's gonna do anything other than what it tells you it's going to do. It's not claiming to hold the crap out of your brows, but I'm just using it right here, and then I brush here. And I do work a little bit more here just because I need to. I don't have a long tail. And then I always round one and I don't round the other one. Why does it? Because one of my brows is naturally straight and the other one isn't. So force of habit, I always face it that way. So whatever, it is what it is. For my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly remove my balm, just so my lips won't bleed when I apply lip liner. So I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in the color Sandstone, and it's like this reddish brownish color. You'll see right now. And then I'm gonna go in with this Hourglass, I don't even know what this is called, but it comes in these gold tubes, and I'm using the color Impulse, and the color Impulse is supposed to be like a reddish tone, but I'm gonna use it in the center to kind of go with this color. Just gonna curl my lashes really quick. Okay guys, and this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me get ready to go take out Miss Mitzypoo. Miss Mitzypoo, my little viejita. She's turning 13 today, guys, so tell her happy birthday in the comments, my little Mitzypoo. I put her little sweater on. We're ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you guys did, please let me know down below by liking the video. And also, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.